Alrighty, I got one more thing I need to do before I start editing my video. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple. It's Tuesday, and that means it's time for another tiny tidy. I got everything folded and put it into their places as I folded them. They're a little bit wrinkled because they've been sitting there for a couple days, but that's okay. So I'm going to pop these in the kitchen, put them away really quickly. I have 6 dishcloths, and when they run out, I know it's time to do the towel. So I have 2 more days to, well, today and tomorrow. So that means probably tomorrow on Tuesday, when you're watching this actually, I'll be washing my towels. So I've waited so long to put my towels away that I could have just left them in the basket and used them up, right? No, I'm going to put them away. I'm not going to leave them in the basket. That's not a normal thing for me. I know some people do that, but I don't usually do that. And I feel better having mine put away. So whatever works for you, that's what you should do. But I always like to have mine put away. And but I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. It's done. It's finished. And let me get this little towel smushed into here. It's not perfect. I'm doing it with the wrong hand. It was a little crooked, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's done. It's only, what, 4 days late, but it's done. Today I am on a little bit of a mission because I want to make a gift for someone. I want to make a bookmark for sort of a relative who is crocheting some wash rags for me, and as she doesn't want to be paid, so as a thank you, I'm going to send her one of my poetry books, but I also wrote her a little poem, and I want to make a bookmark for her. Well, as I've been, kind of moving things around and stuff, I don't really know where all of my art supplies are because I haven't gotten to the point of organizing yet. So I don't know where nothing's at. But before I go buy things to make a bookmark, I'm going to go through this stack of boxes. I know a lot of this is just office supplies, but I may have a few types of paper in here. I don't know if I even have any kind of paper that would work, but I'm going to look. I might as well go ahead and do it because as I was editing my video for, this is actually Saturday, and I was editing my video for yesterday, I noticed that, you know what, a couple of these bins are empty now. Why not go ahead and put the things that are in the boxes over into those plastic bins? That way I can go ahead and get rid of some more of the cardboard boxes. I'm wanting to move away from the cardboard boxes as storage. And then in the comments, friend Nancy commented, hey, why don't you move that stuff from the cardboard boxes into those plastic bins you emptied out? It'll look much better. And you know what, Nancy? You are exactly right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move that stuff over, and in the process, I'm going to be looking to see if I have any type of cardstock type paper or anything that I can use to make my bookmark. And if I don't find it, well, then I'll be looking other places because I know I have stuff around here. I just don't know where I put it. And that's what happens when you don't have things done yet. You don't have your decluttering yet. You don't have your organizing done yet. But that's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. But for now, one thing at a time. And today, that one thing, yeah, Pumpkins, he knows. We're going to move stuff over into plastic bins. If you've got anything that you need to declutter or tidy up today or organize, maybe you need to hunt for something too, grab your stuff and come on. And we'll do this together. Well, the first box that I pulled out actually has some paper in it. I don't know that it's as heavyweight as I would like to have, though. But I'm going to set this aside. I also found more index cards. Y'all know I got way too many index cards. And pencils. Somebody said if there's a shortage of pens and pencils, they'll know where to look. That's for sure. I don't know. I think when you just don't have you know, you don't have things organized, you don't have things put in places, you have too much stuff, you end up buying a lot more stuff than you need. And then when you go to decluttering, you start finding it all, and it's just like, whoa, all the stuff I have. I mean, look at all this paper and all this stuff. So when I get around to going through all this stuff for real, I'm sure I'll be letting go of more and more and more. Oh, there's one of my cute little drawings. Yep. Let's see. Sometimes I like to just play around and see what I can come up with. Just some cute little drawings that I did. Yeah, I try to keep them pretty simple because if I have to repeat it, I'm not an artist, and so if I have to repeat it, I want it to be something simple enough that I can sort of at least repeat it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff over into this bin. I'm even looking to see if there's something that I can use that wouldn't be traditional, right? But these also, they're not quite, they don't have the strength. They're a little too flexible. I think they wouldn't last well. Plus, I'd rather have white, and that might, I mean, you can see these things get worn out very easily, so that probably wouldn't work. And actually, I had decided to make a bookmark for this lady as a thank you. She's actually my husband's dad's cousin, I believe. Sunday Dawn, if you're not familiar, she has a little Etsy shop now. And I try to just put some of these over as I talk. And so she has some beautiful cards, and she does watercoloring. They're very pretty. And she had a little thing where she gave a little percentage off with a code to her subscribers. And I had been going to order some cards anyway, so I went ahead and ordered them, and as a thank you, she included a little extra gift. Well, when I got it, she sent as the bonus thing, it's a bookmark. I'm like, oh, there you go. I was trying to think, well, how am I gonna do this bookmark? What do I want to do? And so I thought, okay, well, I can just get some of that heavyweight cardstock, like what she used. I don't know if it's cardstock or art or watercolor paper. I don't really know what it is, because I really don't think this is thick enough. It's not gonna hold up well. It might work, but I want it to have a little bit more strength and weight to it. And one of the reasons I have so many of these kinds of things is I actually, when I write poetry or anything like that, I find that I do better when I use one of these type of sketch diary things. I use the bigger ones a lot of times, but I have some this size too, because I can take them with me anywhere. But I doodle in them, I write in them, so anytime I have an idea for a story or a poem, I will often just write it in here. But if I just grab a piece of paper, or if I use this sort of stuff, for some reason, I mean, I have done that before, but I just don't, I don't know, for some reason, these just work really well for my brain. And so that's why I have so many of these, and they're not always easy to find. And so when I find them, I usually get 3 or 4, and that way when I fill one up, then I can just go and grab another one out. I would just go get one every once in a while if that, if they were easy to find, but they're not always easy to find, and sometimes they can be a little bit pricey, and it's hard to find the ones that are not so expensive. So that's why I have a lot of these things, because I use them for my writing. Well, I didn't find any good cardstock in there, so I'm going to see if I can get that stuff situated in a nice way so I can put more in there, and then grab another one of these boxes and put some more stuff in. I have 2 bins, and I'm going to see if I can get all of this in there. I don't know. That might not work out. I found this in that next box. This is a whiteboard, and I had gotten this and had it on my desk at work, and I would change what I had written on it and draw little things on it every week, and it was just to bring a smile to people's faces. and sometimes to make them think a little bit, because it's really easy to get down in the dumps and grumpy. And sometimes all we need is just a little something to remind us to fill our heart with happy. This is going to work out great because look, I still even have a little bit more room in this bin, and I've emptied out 2 of the boxes. I have 1 more bin left, and I have 2 more boxes. Well, the math tells me this is going to work out just fine. This box looks like it's got more paper and things in it. I don't know what all. I have to look through there, but this one, more pens, more markers. But maybe there's something in here that I can actually use while I'm in the process of making the bookmark. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it yet. We'll see. Oh, and look, paper down there. It might not be just regular paper because I have some different types of paper because of when I did my junk journals. So I'll have to look down there and see what is hiding at the bottom of these boxes. I don't think I need to put these pens in the bin with the paper, but I don't know if these pens actually still work. So I'm just going to put all of this stuff back into this box, take it upstairs, and then this can be one of those things that I can do while I'm sitting watching TV or something. I can go through the pens and see if they work, see if they don't work, whatever, and see which ones I actually need to keep. I may not get rid of all of them the first round, but, you know, I can probably narrow it down a little bit, especially the ones that don't work, right? And I can decide if I need to keep this thing or that thing with the drawer. I don't know that I will actually use it, but it doesn't need to be in the bin with the paper. If I don't make a decision yet, I can always just put it back down here, and when I continue going through my office supplies, I can make a decision at that time. But that might be a nice thing to go ahead and let go of right now, because people might need some stuff like that for their desks, for school supplies, for their kids or something. So I'll have to make a decision. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use that sort of thing or not. I don't know. I haven't used it yet, right? But I didn't have my office set up, so that could be the problem. Maybe it's just that I didn't have my office set up, so maybe that's why I'm not using that stuff. But I don't know. I'm really just thinking about this. I'm like, do I really need this? Is this something that I personally need to use? My desk upstairs, I don't really need to have something where I can put a bunch of pens and pencils and scissors in it, because if I have something that I can put a bunch of them in, then that's what I'm going to do. And maybe I don't need to have that many handy and accessible. And also, it's probably not that expensive. If down the road I decided that I did need something like this after all, I could always go and get one. But I kind of like just using a cup or a mug or something unusual rather than something like this. This isn't really, this doesn't really appeal to me that much. So if I stick with that thinking, this is probably going to be decluttered. And same thing with this. I don't know about that one either. But as I go through things, and this is something that you might want to do too, as you're going through things, even though I'm not to office supplies yet, as far as my decluttering goes, one of the things that I need to start thinking about is, what do I actually want to do in my office? What am I actually going to be doing? For me personally, I'm going to be probably writing my poetry. And right now I do my YouTube videos. I do my editing and that sort of thing. But for me, it's going to be writing. And so what will I need going forward? Do I need to have something like this with that can hold several pens and categorize them? Or am I just going to like it better if I just go and pick out the ones I want and have them put away and tucked away where I don't see them all the time? Do I need to have them handy, or do I need to have them where I just pull them out when I want them? Right now I'm thinking I just want them where I pull them out when I want them. but I don't know if that's what I'm going to want going forward. But again, this doesn't really appeal to me that much, and I don't think they're that expensive. So I very likely could just, if I decide down the road that's what I want, I could always go looking for one. And maybe I'll find it in a different color, because I don't know that this is the color that I want sitting out in my office. There's nothing wrong with this color. I just don't know if it's the one I want in my office, because I haven't decided yet exactly what I want in my office. I'm growing into it. I'm finding out what I want in my office. And I've added a few things into my office, but I'm sure I'll also take out a few things once I get further along. But anyway, that's how the thinking process kind of goes in my head when I'm doing stuff, and actually as I'm decluttering sometimes, when I stop and take a moment to think about it, like I'm keeping all this stuff, but realistically, what is my goal for my office in the future? And it's not to have a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not to have a billion pins. It's to have the ones that I want to have, though. And I don't know yet which ones those are. But as I continue decluttering, and when I get into really focusing on office things, that's when I'll know. But right now, I'm starting the process of thinking and planting seeds. I think I'm close enough to that point where that's starting to naturally happen. I don't force it. I just let it naturally happen. But as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking this is not something that I'm going to want in my office anyway. Yes, it's office supplies, but it's not something I'm going to want. So that's going to go. And in case you're wondering, yes, this bag is also full of ink pens. So I'm going to plop it over here into the box and take it upstairs with the rest of this stuff to go through. I did find something in one of the boxes that I can use now, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it in my office. It's this whiteboard. It's kind of a longer, skinnier shape. As you can see, there's still plenty of room in this bin. So rather than having this space just basically wasted, I'm going to grab a few things off of the shelves over here and put that in the bin. That way it'll free up some of the space in the cabinets and make it easier when I get to the point of organizing. I'll be able to move things around a little bit more easily over there, and I think that'll make a little bit more sense. Free up that space that's accessible and not waste this space. I didn't find anything that I can use for creating my bookmark, but I did find something I can use, something I can declutter, some things I can go through, and I emptied out 3 boxes, and hopefully this one will get emptied out as well. And I do think this looks a lot nicer, and I don't have the cardboard boxes as storage for these things anymore. I do still have the little bed my dad made in a cardboard box, but that's okay. It's keeping it protected, and I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do with that. But yeah, this does look a lot nicer, and thank you to Nancy for pushing me to just go ahead and do it. I didn't need to just put it off. I needed to just go ahead and do it. So that is my tiny tidy for this Tuesday. So for you guys, I want you to go out and fill your heart with happy. I know it's in here somewhere. I saw it yesterday when I was going through this mess and tossing stuff away. It was sitting where it's been for ever since I've had it. And now it's not, because I put it someplace systematic. I thought I wouldn't need it 'cause I hadn't up till now. I don't know why I kept it, but I kept it anyhow. And now I finally need it, but I don't know where it's at. It's methodically ironic how we lose stuff just like that. Hello everybody. Would you like to see what happened with the pins? Some of the pins actually work, but we don't like them, so we're going to let them go. They can find a new home. And these pen and pencil holders we're not going to use them, so we're just going to let them go. And look, all of this stuff, all of this. Pens that didn't work. Markers that didn't work. It doesn't matter that they say Harry Potter on them. Yeah, we love Harry Potter, but they don't work. It's just markers. There's nothing special about them other than they say Harry Potter on them. They don't work. We're going to let them go. And all this packaging, we don't need that either. So it's all going bye-bye. But what we're going to keep is over here. You see those markers? We haven't had them very long. They still work, and we might actually use them. They feel really nice in our hand, and they write smoothly, and they have pretty colors. And, ooh, it's a cat. Uh-oh. Don't tell him I'm a bird. Not sure. I may not be safe. He looks really big. Okay. And then, oh, gotta get the butt shot there. Not good. Anyway, and then we put all of the pens and the highlighters and the markers and the mechanical pencils and the erasers and the extra lead, all of that, we put in this red thing. It's got drawers. So we're going to use it for the time being. But now I'm going to say goodbye because this cat, he might eat me. Oh, and by the way, I don't really work anymore. I'm retired, but I'm not going to get thrown away either. I'm going to go live in the fairy garden because I'm so cute. Bye. Thank you to Sunday Dawn from The Helpful Home for hosting Tiny Tidy Tuesdays every week. And also, be sure you check out that playlist in the description box below so you can see all the other Tiny Tidies. Meanwhile, happy decluttering! There's my bubby. Did you get your Tiny Tidy done? Did you get your Tiny Tidy done today?